Well, if you're a working parent, finding someone like Katie is a godsend. She ran her before and after school program for 10 years before COVID forced her to shut up shop. But now the government is chasing this new mum for more than $100,000. Money she doesn't have.
We had 140 children and we provided before and after school care as well as vacation care. We serviced a lower income area and we provided breakfast and then dinner. A lot of them were living with, like in the care system or living with a non-parental relative. Come on.
Katie ran the Island out-of-school hours care in Sydney's Hills District. A family business, Katie says she dedicated 10 years of hard work to.
We had a basketball court, indoor soccer court, we had music lessons, things that children in a maybe more affluent setting would be able to afford to do as an extracurricular, and we had it as like either complimentary or at a low cost to the parents. And we took some really high case special needs children that maybe didn't fit in their school environment, and we took them on because we obviously had a service that had more space and more ability to do it.
In February 2022, the New South Wales government introduced a $500 before and after school care voucher program. The $155 million commitment was to help ease family budgets during the pandemic. Providers were not obliged to accept the vouchers, but Katie did.
In a time where obviously the cost of living is difficult, denying someone $500 is huge. And we thought nothing of it. And then we received a bill for all 219 vouchers we scanned. So the total of 219 vouchers is $109,000.
More than a year after the island closed its doors as a result of the pandemic, Katie received the enormous bill. The Department of Education demanding she pay more than $103,000 within 28 days.
But it felt like a real kick in the teeth that we could have just not taken the vouchers, which would have been unfair to the parents, but wouldn't have cost us anything. And to walk away from it and be like, not only did we have to close, but we actually have to pay back this giant debt that we didn't spend.
The Department of Education is chasing providers like Katie for credit left on now expired vouchers and other discrepancies. The department claims Katie included a large number of children which cannot be matched to a redeemed voucher, and that she's claimed for some children more than once. But the childcare software provider Katie used to lodge the vouchers, Quick Kids, a platform servicing over 9,000 providers in Australia and overseas, claims all vouchers were entered into the system correctly and with no duplicates.
Once that money goes into your software system, you're spending it on staff, you're spending it on food and groceries and toilet paper, and when they turn around 5 years later and hand you a bill, you don't have it.
In a statement to A Current Affair, the Department of Education said it has a responsibility to ensure taxpayers' money is spent in the way it is intended. When asked whether it's possible an error has occurred, the department said there is no error or technical glitch. How much time, energy have you spent on dealing with this matter?
Oh, we've spent thousands of hours writing to the department, having the department come back, and originally they said that there was a possibility for a payment plan, and I said, okay, you know, like I don't agree with the bill in the first place, but if we owe it, we'll pay it back. And I said, you know, this is how much I earn, which is a normal 9 to 5 wage. And they said to me, no, it'd need to be more like something like $10,000 a month. They did offer for me to put on a credit card. I don't have $109,000 worth of space on my credit card, but it'd be really nice if I did.
It's not the only COVID grant the government's tried to claw back. Last year, Current Affair revealed that small business owners who received the New South Wales government's micro business grant during the pandemic were also asked to pay back more than $15,000.
On the 11th of April 2023, I got a call from Angela on my mobile phone saying, I'm from Services New South Wales and you've been deemed ineligible for having received that grant. We consider that you've committed fraud and we want the money back. I said, well, Angela, if that's your real name, get a real job, and hung up.
You thought it was a scam?
Well, it was a classic scam.
It almost feels like robo-debt 2.0.
Managing Director of Service New South Wales, Greg Wells, fronted our cameras at the time.
We have teams that assess compliance and make sure we're getting the funds to the people that are impacted. And we're not always going to get it right, Lauren.
All micro-business owners who spoke with A Current Affair had their debts cleared.
She's being punished. It was a goodwill from the New South Wales government to help families, to help children. And now, for a business owner who no longer has that business to be asked to be paid back that money, it's grossly unfair. Where Chris Minns
2GB Radio's Mark Levy believes Premier Chris Minns needs to step in again.
Premier, come to the party. With a strike of a pen, this could all be over.
If not resolved, this ordeal could cost Katie, a new mum to 5-week-old daughter Charlotte, her livelihood.
It would have a disastrous impact on our entire life moving forward.
Well, the Department of Education is standing firm. If Katie disagrees with the amount owing, she needs to prove it. But that's virtually impossible as her business has been closed for more than 2 years.